spread of stupidity is far more dangerous than the spread of coronavirus. And
Oh, absolutely. This exposes it.
people's reactions have just been absolutely hilarious. And I keep saying, I think I said it last time we talked. I'll say it again. Coronavirus is not ruining the economy. People are ruining the economy. Stupidity is ruining the economy. Yeah. Buying into this crap is ruining the economy. And I don't get it. I don't get how people are so naive and just so falling for this.
It makes no sense. It really doesn't.
It's the same as when everyone had to have a Cabbage Patch Kid. Remember when we were kids and people were like fighting at Christmas time? They're beating each other up for Cabbage Patch Kids because their kid had to have one. But nobody wanted a Cabbage Patch Kid. Nobody even liked them. Nobody knows where that came from.
No, it was just like
and then
same with Tickle Me Elmo.
Yeah, Tickle Me Elmo, same thing. Did anyone want that fucking thing? It was creepy and weird. But parents were going fucking ape shit. You gotta get this. And why? Where are they now? I don't. Well,
they're considered collector's items because they all got destroyed.
I think Elmo turned out to be a pedophile or something anyway. But it's just like this mass hysteria. People latch onto this thing. Oh, we gotta do this. Why? Well, because fucking everybody is.
Because the media told them. The media told them. That's.
Like I said, we got to get someone like your mom, if she's in, or my mom. Well, no, my mom would never do anything for me, but someone like your mom, maybe send a letter to Ellen talking about how great Eric and Gord are, and let's try to get this mass hysteria around Eric and Gord, and just get people. We got to listen to this podcast. Why? We just fucking have to. It's the cure to the coronavirus. But
it's a better cure than toilet paper.
We can't tell Oprah how awesome we are. We can't tell Ellen she needs to tell everyone about our show. It's got to be someone random who does it. We can't. It's like starting your own GoFundMe. No one donates to that, but you start a GoFundMe for a 9-year-old Australian dwarf, and he gets $400,000. And then he didn't even accept the money. He didn't $400,000. He didn't even accept the money. Gave it all to charity. Fuck. Ugh. And yet I've had 2 GoFundMes go absolutely nowhere. To make my dream come true 2 years ago, to go with Gord to meet the cast of Degrassi, we had to GoFundMe. We got a big fat donut after months. This 9-year-old kid gets picked on because he's a dwarf. He gets $400,000. Now, I'm not saying it's right to pick on someone.
That's not going to make him any taller, I'll tell you that much.
I'm not saying he should have been picked on. I think it's terrible that people tease this kid for being a dwarf. But you could give him $400,000. You guys couldn't shoot me $2,000 to get to Toronto?
Yeah. Or even for that matter, why didn't the dwarf give us fucking $2,000 to go to Toronto? Like, what the hell was that?
Well, this is just much more recent than that. This kid, this is still just going on. I don't know if you know the story. There's a 9-year-old kid in Australia who's a dwarf, and he was being teased. There's a video went viral of him asking his mom for a knife to kill himself because he was teased so badly. So this famous dwarf, I can't think of his name, Bill Williams, I want to call him. He's a stand-up comedian. He's a dwarf. Yeah. He felt bad for the kid. He wanted to get him $10,000 to so he could come to Disneyland, make him cheer him up. So he starts this GoFundMe trying to get the kid $10,000. Within like 3-4 days, it's up to $400,000.
Wow.
And the kid and his mom decided they don't want to go to Disneyland, and they just donated it all to charity. So they picked 6 charities around the world and donated all the money to charity, which great thing, awesome thing for them to do. But just the fact that the world raised $400,000 for this kid in a matter of days, it's cool. But I don't get how we pick our causes.
And that's the funny thing, because it's literally just a matter of, oh, that kid. I keep seeing his face. That's right, that kid.
Yeah,
I saw the face all over. It's up to $460,284.
And I was asking for $2,000 so I could literally experience my dream come true. Nothing. Not even $1. I'm not complaining. I'm not saying this kid, like, I deserve more than this kid. I'm just like, maybe $1. Someone could have kicked me $1. It was my dream come true. Now I've got Gord. Gord's my new dream come true.
You gotta aim higher, my friend. You really.
But I still want to do the road trip part. The Degrassi part, that ship is sailed. But having them as a guest on the show this year maybe is more possible.
Maybe.
But the road trip through all our favorite states. Now I want to go to Nashville because I absolutely want to check that out. This road trip's just going to turn out to be like a year long.
Yeah, I'd love to see how we're going to get this thing fucking funded.
I want to go to Virginia. I want to go to Colorado. Now I want to go to Nashville. I really want to go to Florida and see the shitty water. I want to go to Plymouth Rock now for sure. I got to see that.
Oh, yeah. So exciting.
And obviously I want to go to New Jersey to meet Chef Salty Pork. But there's so many things get added every time. I want to go to Texas. Absolutely want to go to Texas now. I want to hang out with Mike Simons. I want to get to Harris County and get shot at. The other story. Oh, that's another thing. Before we get the story that we were trying to tell Mike that we were thinking of, it was the story of the boat. Remember, it had 5 bodies and 5 heads, and they couldn't say whether the heads belonged to the bodies or not.
Yeah, that's right.
They weren't willing to say for sure that those heads belonged to those bodies. Like, I think
we could have 5 victims. We could have 10. We don't know.
I think you can speculate. Probably the 5 headless bodies and the 5 heads, they probably go together at some point. I don't know.
Pretty safe assumption. Just saying.
I'm not a detective, but do the math is what I'm saying. Do the math.
Now, Eric, I got to ask you something.
Please.
If you're a scumbag, say, and you and people are starting to point the finger at you for doing something horrible, what's the first thing you're going to do?
Okay, sorry, I'm a scumbag.
Yeah, and then so you're a scumbag, and I'm saying Eric is responsible for this.
I would say
as a scumbag,
the first thing I'd probably do is deny it.
No, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to point your finger to somebody else and say, it's not me, it's him.
Oh, yeah. That's what I mean. I'm going to deny it, and then, I'll definitely try to pass the buck every time. Do that every day, at least once.
Now, apparently, the state-run media in China, they are, for the most part, all but blaming Trump directly for the release of COVID-19.
So
they're saying that this is a U.S.
Are they admitting that it wasn't started by bats, that it was actually released?
Yes. They're blaming the U.S. for this. They're saying that it didn't start by bats. They're saying that it was released by the U.S.
Wow, and that's what I said. I said the U.S. did it. So China is saying that this was like it created by Americans and released on Chinese soil by Americans?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
They're saying on Thursday, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman, not going to say the name, tweeted that the U.S. military might have brought the coronavirus to Wuhan. When did patient zero begin in U.S.? How many people are infected? What are the names of the hospitals? It might be U.S. Army who brought the epidemic to Wuhan. Be transparent. Make public your data. U.S. owes us an explanation.
Holy shit. I haven't heard anything about that yet. That's like, with Trump, are you kidding? That's like trying to start a war.
The Chinese ambassador to South Africa also said, no, although the epidemic first broke out in China, it did not necessarily mean that the virus is originated from China, let alone made in China.
Oh my God! The fact that they're admitting that it was made, that's shocking. That's the most shocking statement to begin with. That because there's been a lot of speculation. We speculated on this show that it was made in a lab and not just contracted from bats. So the fact that they're even alluding that that's a possibility, but to put it on Trump. Are you crazy? He is gonna bomb you to fucking Middle Ages. Oh my God.
Yep.
Unless it's true, of course.
But if it was true, China would come. China wouldn't just say it. China would release it. They would release the proof. They would release the information.
But America can't bomb the shit out of them if it's true, because then it'll come out that it was true, and then America just tried to bomb the shit out of China over...
Bomb them to cover it up.
To cover it up. So if it is true, America can't react. And if it's not true, then this is going to just turn into a Cold War. Definitely a Cold War, if not a real war.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, that is... I can't see China releasing something like that if it wasn't at least somewhat based in truth. China's very careful about what they say publicly. And they know they're being scrutinized. They know all eyes are on them for this. I can't see them just fucking saying that, just to cause a stink.
I think that what's going to happen is at some point during the investigation with this virus, because right now, when they're looking at this virus, they're looking at it only for two angles. One is the cause of spread, and the other two is for vaccination purposes. Yeah. I think once they start really looking into this, I think they're going to find something they weren't expecting, which is, I have a weird feeling it might be like nanotechnology, or there might be some sort of an imprint somewhere in the DNA of this thing that shows that it was man-made.
Well,
and I think
absolutely.
China knows that stamp is there somewhere, so they're instantly right now is they're already deflecting, saying, this couldn't have come from us because there's no way one bat can do all this. So therefore, it had to have been when the U.S. came into this area. It had to have been the U.S.
Wow, that is a hell of a claim. Now the U.S. is obviously... all they can do at this point is counter that with, no, it was clearly Chinese made.
Oh, China, though, is using everything in its arsenal to paint itself as a global hero, rewriting history and going so far as to demand a thank you for containing the virus as long as they did. Quote, we should say righteously that the U.S. owes China an apology. The world owes China a thank you, an editorial on state news agency said.
And I guarantee the two Michaels are just sitting there going, hello?
Right?
Can someone, please, is this not a reason to let us go? Anybody? Can we be involved in this a little bit? Justin? Please? Beard? Hey.
Justin!
Can you get us out now, please? How has that not even come up? Although, oddly enough, Huawei lady, I haven't heard shit about her in weeks.
Well, good thing she's under that house arrest thing, because she's safe from it.
Oh, yeah, she's the only one. She's not. She's laughing in her mansion. She's breathing just fine. She's not worried. No coronavirus is getting in her mansion.
Yeah.
Oh, man, maybe she released it. Fuck you guys.
Would you be surprised? I wouldn't. Nothing would surprise me anymore.
I'm in my emerald fucking tower, and I'm